And we've also got our eye on major Hurricane Gabrielle, right? This, the second hurricane now of the Atlantic hurricane season. And here's the thing, video from the hurricane hunters just giving us a glimpse into the eye of the storm, which currently, again, sits at a Category 3. Gabrielle finally is looking very formidable. We've been expecting the strengthening, and we're starting to see that. This is going to create big-time waves and rip currents for the island of Bermuda. As you know, Bermuda has a population of about 65,000 people that make up the 181 islands of the Bermuda Islands. So the problem is the fact that with a huge storm, its length, by the way, from top to bottom is about 400 miles. Its width is about 300 miles. This is a big storm. And you look into the center of circulation, by the way, and I think that this is just so incredibly impressive. Note that over the past couple hours, and I'm going to zoom right into the center here just to show it to you, where we've actually seen finally the hollowing out of that center. And this is just a beautiful presentation. You can see it right here, the eye of Gabrielle. Again, now a powerful Category 3 hurricane. So let's talk about what's made this so incredible. And Marissa, it's the sizzle on that. This is what we're talking about. The fact that it went last night while you were getting ready for bed, the winds were going at 75 miles per hour. Then in just 12 hours, it then went from 75 miles per hour and strengthened to 120 miles per hour. That's 45 miles per hour in 12 hours.
Yeah.
So the definition of rapid intensification is what, 35 miles per hour in 24 hours?
Yeah.
This is 45 and 12.
Yeah. I know. I think, and anytime you can get one of these hurricanes that's not expecting to bring any direct impact to land, you can kind of just geek out a little bit about how it's been able to intensify. And this far north, it's been a journey coming out of the main development region and waiting for it to get this far north. We have to see how it continues over the next 24 hours plus. So beyond today, noting the Azores would be the next area of land to watch it. Bermuda, not expecting direct impact, really just some of the larger swells and the rip current risk.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, there is a concern for the Azores when you look at both the GFS ensemble and then what we call the Euro ensemble, that we could see perhaps a direct impact in the Azores. The population of the Azores, by the way, it's an island chain just off of Portugal. 250,000 people live here. 250,000 versus Bermuda, where it's 65,000.
Yeah.
So it's a huge difference in population. You look at visible satellite imagery over the past couple of hours, and Marissa, this is like a textbook look of what a powerful hurricane looks like, not to mention the big waves.
Starting to get a little bit better clarity on the eye as well, which wasn't so great heading into the weekend and out of the weekend. And that northerly turn is huge for Bermuda. That little pebble in the Atlantic Basin. It is a fortified pebble, but Bermuda yet again very lucky with we had Aaron before that kind of threaded the needle between the eastern U.S. and Bermuda, and now Gabrielle. But yeah, I think we pay attention to the Azores. That was the end of the week.
Right.
Will it maintain some of that strength? Will it be extratropical by that point? Are all things that have yet to be seen.
Yeah, it'll certainly be a discussion, I think, moving forward, is how close does this get to the Azores? How impactful will it be for the Azores? What's the strength, size, and intensity? You look right now at what's going on, and it's a very northeastern heavy sort of system when it comes to where the tropical moisture itself is located. You can see that here with our atmospheric moisture. But here's something I think is really interesting, too, is the fact that just north of where Gabrielle is, there's actually a little bit of wind shear up that way. So I wonder in, say, the next 48 hours-ish or so, how does that wind shear impact, again, strength, size, intensity, direction of Gabrielle?
Yeah, I think we'll see. I mean, the fact that, because I know initially, if we're just looking at the 5 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, was that within 24 hours, we could see it become a major hurricane. And we've already achieved that now. So yeah, seeing how it develops and how it's able to maintain potentially over the next 24 hours, the water is warm, right? So water will cool, but not dramatically. It's not a huge drop in water temperatures, even with an 80-degree temperature to the northeast.
Yeah, I mean, it's 84 now is basically where it's sitting as a Category 3 storm, and 81, I mean, it's only a difference of a few degrees.
Yeah.
It'd be different if it was like mid-70s. You know, you see that sharp contrast in the Pacific, but not so much here. So yeah, perhaps that means that it doesn't lose as much energy as quickly, just because the main fuel source with hurricanes and tropical systems in general is the warm ocean. But again, when it starts to interact with these hostile winds upstairs, will we see some more wind shear, and will that help to kind of degrade the intensity of the storm? And it looks like, as of this point, a lot of our forecast models hanging on to a little bit more intensity, perhaps a little longer, as it kind of it interacts with almost like a slip and slide of moisture, if you will, out ahead of it.
Yeah, so I think the Azores, nonetheless, a surge of moisture that we have to pay attention to, and then we'll look at other impacts outside of that as we get closer to Friday and into Saturday.
A lot that we're going to be keeping our eyes on.